This is...
Wait, we should establish like what we want to talk about. What are the bullet points we need to hit here?
I got it. Okay, so we tell them that the show is called Do You Want to Make a Podcast? It is a fireside chat between two best friends who are on the hunt to create the perfect podcast. They have a lot of ideas, and they can't decide what they want to talk about.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
That's it?
That's the synopsis. Then we'll plug the social media.
Do we want to do social media?
Yeah. So we'll tell them to follow us at Do You Want to Pod, all spelled out. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can also email us at Do You Want to Make a Podcast at gmail.com.
That's it.
That works for me.
Wait, I think we just did it.
We did it. That was my plan all along.
Oh, okay. Bye. Except hello, because now the show's starting.
Yes, it is.
Heading way downtown for the weekend. Just need some time to unwind with my best friend.
I just want to say, Jim, I'm so glad that Wilson 2 has stuck around on your shoulder.
Yes, Wilson 2's still here.
For new listeners, you might want to listen back to episode 49, where Jim and I both befriended birds named Wilson and rode them thanks to a shrink ray.
Yep.
And at the end of that episode, Wilson 2 perched on Jim's shoulder a la pirate parrot fashion, and he's still there.
Joseph, I'm so glad you've decided to bring up past episodes, because I would like to go back 2 episodes to the fact that we were nearly murdered by gumball monsters, half-eaten gumball monsters, that we did not address in the previous episode. So I just want to say, we're good, we're safe, we're in a safe location.
That's right, Wilson 2.
Yes, that's correct.
I'm also happy we're safe and sound.
So safe and sound. The gobber babies can't get us here. That's it.
Yep.
We're safe. Carl is dead.
Carl Weezer is most definitely dead. The thing about gobber babies is they don't have long lifespans. So we teleported.
So here we are 2 weeks later. They've actually all died.
Yeah, wow, words, Joe. They've disintegrated, and now there's just a bunch of half-eaten everlasting gobstoppers all over your basement.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find somebody to clean that up. I almost said pay somebody to clean that up, and then I was like, no.
You can get Filbert back.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Think about Filbert.
Let's call Filbert.
For new listeners, Filbert. Oh God, I don't know what episode he came from, but he's the head of our R&D department. He's kind of the worst, and we could treat him better, but also, it's Filbert, right?
I want the way he said it's Filbert. I want to like cut to like a cheesy like SNL sketch opening. It's like, it's Filbert, it's Filbert. Filbert's here to clean the basement.
What's stopping us from doing just that?
Ah, jeez.
Hey, look, Filbert's here.
No, he was just in the like the opening card that I just created. He's not actually here.
Oh, you just have a
You
have a recording of him
in this editing software I have. So I just threw that together just now. We actually just cut out like 25 minutes of silent audio of me just editing that.
And thank God for that. And so you're telling me if I press this button, that Filbert Augies will just play because editing software?
I mean, you have to play the whole thing, but yes.
Okay, so if I press the button.
It's Filbert. It's Filbert. Filbert's here to clean the basement. Ah, jeez.
Oh, that's such a fun button that I can use at any time throughout this episode.
Yeah, you know what's fun is that I'm actually using a piece of software that's called dynamic editing. So like every time it might sound a little different.
Ooh, so fancy.
So yeah, it's very fancy. It's very fancy. So I just, if you do happen to hit the button again by accident, obviously we're not going to hit it again on purpose because Filbert's not here.
Hey Jim, do you know that quintessential rule of comedy?
Yeah.
The rule of 3?
Yeah.
Press.
It's Filbert. It's Filbert. Filbert's here to clean the basement.
Yeah.
Ah, jeez.
I like it too, Wilson, too. That was fun.
Yes. Joseph, would you like to make a podcast in this, our 50th episode?
Oh, Yes, I would, James. And here's to 50 more.
Okay, excellent.
Great.
Confetti!
Woo!
Wow, yay.
Aw, you really went all out. This took a lot of prep work for you in the basement.
It did. A lot of prep work for me is confetti. That's true.
It's more prep than we usually get. Not saying it's good, bad, or indifferent. Just is what it is.
Confetti! See, look, I had a second one. Just
No,
in case.
Wilson, too. Don't eat the confetti. No.
Wilson 2, no, that's not safe. You're going to choke and die.
Oh,
Wilson 2, go outside.
that bird. I love that you've trained him to just, like, leave and you built, like, a little flap into your door.
Yeah,
Like, as if it was a dog, but it's a Wilson.
He's a good boy. He's a very good boy.
Oh, man. What other tricks have you taught him?
I've taught him to roll over, and by that I mean do a barrel roll.
In the air, like
In
a
the
loop-de-loop,
air.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no, sorry. They're two different things.
No, a barrel roll is like spinning left and right.
Yeah,
A
like
loop-de-loop
on a
is
spit. And a
yeah,
loop-de-loop's a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He does know how to do that too.
You can do both.
He can play dead.
Oh, no.
He actually does a really good impression of Wilson 1.
I bet.
Yeah, it's like spot on.
Wilson 1 is my friend Wilson, who we don't know quite what he's up to. But, you know, we'll probably revisit that at a later point. That's just I'm just trying to get the new listeners up to speed.
Yes.
We
sure
should
many listeners chose to start here at episode. Actually, yeah, probably quite a few chose to start here at episode 50. So first off, welcome.
Welcome. We have been on a quest to create the perfect podcast.
On a quest. That's true.
We've come up with at least 50 ideas.
So many ideas. I think we were planning on doing a retrospective, but I guess we'll wait till 100 to do that. That makes more sense to do a retrospective.
Yeah, I think so for the centennial.
Right.
We might have found it by then.
Centennial. So after doing this for 100 years, we'll do a retrospective. Yes.
We'll look back on the last 100 years.
I agree. Yes. Okay.
I'm going to live forever, or at least another 100 years.
Oh. Yep.
What a world that'll be. So, let's do the thing.
We have some ideas.
Let's do the thing we do.
We're going to proposition each other with them.
I have this list of ideas of podcasts for you, James.
Thanks.
Take that list. Let's look here.
This is called Jehovah's Fitness, which is very good.
You're welcome.
This is very good. This is a podcast that centers around obviously a gym run by Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, I don't know much about Jehovah's Witnesses other than the fact that they
go door to door.
And don't accept modern medicine.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Really?
I watch a lot of medical dramas, as we've addressed previously.
Yes.
So there's always an episode with a Jehovah's Witness who will refuse it. I think it's specifically like blood transfusions.
Oh,
like
God.
they refuse blood transfusions.
Okay. We don't know why. We could
No,
speculate.
we don't know why, and it's not worth because I'm not here to like dunk on Jehovah's Witnesses
And folks' religions, yes,
Yes.
that's not the point.
No,
But we are here to watch them get in shape and
Yeah.
report that to all the listeners.
yeah, who knows? Maybe they're really. I mean, they do a lot of walking.
Yeah, so their cardio's like set.
Lot of walking. Do you think they ever skip leg day?
No, I don't. I think that the gym is just a whole bunch of treadmills
Yeah.
that they practice their Jehovah's Witness walking. And here's the thing.
And it actually is like a long treadmill, right? And the long
Yep.
treadmill has a door on it
Uh-huh.
at some point. And then, when you get to the door, it stops. And so you're not just working out your body, you're also working out your recruiting skills.
Your recruiting skills. And also the treadmills, they're not electric powered. What these are machines that generate electricity themselves and power all the homes of all Jehovah's Witnesses everywhere.
I see.
Jehovah's Witness is powered by fitness, I believe.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I think if we told Elon Musk, he'd be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
He would probably want to create like cars that were powered by Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing to do.
Why not?
Because that's slavery.
Okay, let's say this. Yes, if it was like 1-to-1 ratio, like you have to be walking for the car to work, I'm talking about harnessing the power and by power I mean the electricity, of Jehovah's Fitness
Okay.
and use that to charge car batteries. Now, this power can be built up over time so that you're not so that the Jehovah's Witnesses are not having to be in an endless cycle of walking. I'm just saying we take the power generated by the fitness gym and store that in a way that can go on to power a whole bunch of things at a later time.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm saying this could just be the answer to climate change, is all the walking that Jehovah's Witnesses do. If we can take that energy and power cities with it, or cars, or whatever, you're not convinced.
I have to say something.
Please do.
I have to say a real thing.
Yep.
There's no way in hell that anyone's walking energy could power anything. Now that I've said that, I can come down this path with you.
Okay.
Absolutely, let's do it.
You're right, though, Jim. Any one person's walking could not power much of anything. But all the Jehovah's Witnesses?
You're right.
There's a lot of them.
You're so right. There's so many of them. Now, are we just talking? Are we harnessing? So the thing that we need to do now is now we're just harnessing this at Jehovah's Fitness, which is just their workout place.
Right.
So what we need to do now,
yes,
is we need to find a way to harness their walking any place.
Right. Take that outside the gym. Because fitness can happen. Hey, kids, you don't have to work out in a gym. You can be active almost anywhere.
That's true.
Like in the suburbs, knocking door to door, spreading the word of Jehovah. I think that's what they do, right?
I
really don't know what they do.
I don't know.
We just know they do a lot of walking, and that is energy that can be harnessed.
We just know that they're the stereotypical door-to-door salesman of Jesus.
Is it Jesus, though? Because I heard from someone that, like, Jehovah does not equal Jesus or something like that.
I don't know.
I thought they were a Christian denomination.
Do we want to? No, we don't want to look it up.
No.
We don't want to look it up. I do have to just say one more thing about this title, Jehovah's Fitness. 100%, this could also be a show on, like, TLC about a Jehovah's Witness who owns a gym.
Yeah.
And it's just about that person. And for some reason, people would watch that show. And I don't mean to dunk on it like that because we want them to listen to our podcast, also called Jehovah's Fitness. But,
absolutely.
But, like...
But you could see this working in other mediums is what you're trying to say.
I'm trying to say I could see this working in other mediums, and I would judge the people that watch that other medium, but not the people that watch our podcast.
I would try to convert them into people who watch wow.
Yeah, first off, they don't watch our podcast. Yeah. I said watch our podcast like a goddamn fool. I'm so sorry.
But we could take those folks.
I've corrected you for doing that before.
You have. It's easy. It's an easy mistake to make.
It's an easy mistake, especially when we're talking about watching television shows and we're equating television shows and podcasts as mediums of entertainment.
Yes. We could do the companion podcast to the television show.
We could do the after show debrief of all the Jehovah's Fitness fans. Yes. Okay. Like this is RuPaul's Drag Race or some ish.
Yeah.
Because there are quite a few RuPaul's Drag Race after shows. So that was just the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah. Or like Talking Dead, where they
talk like
about
Talking
the Walking Dead. Yeah. So,
but I think the thing about the difference is Talking Dead actually talked to people on The Walking Dead.
It's true. We could talk to other Jehovah's Witnesses.
We could talk to other Jehovah's Witnesses and learn more about their Jehovahing.
Learn how they Jehovah.
Learn how they witness. Jehovah's not a verb.
How is Jehovah applied?
Yes.
The proper setup procedures if one were to Jehovah.
Yes.
All the things to learn. I want to incorporate, which is it, Richard or Gene Simmons, into this. We could incorporate both the front man of the band Kiss and also the guy who did that Sweating to the 80s popular line of fitness videos.
Do you know which one is which?
I think Richard Simmons is the workout guy.
Yes.
Gene Simmons is the...
Okay.
I just have to think. I always have to take a second and think about that.
That's fair.
Richard Simmons is Sweating to the 80s. This could be... We could combine them. We could get Gene Simmons, and the rest of Kiss, obviously.
Okay.
As the background music.
I need to pause for a second. We are in a totally new podcast that I love.
Yeah?
Yes. The story of Gene Richard Simmons.
Ooh, very good.
The blending of Gene Simmons and Richard Simmons into one
Yeah.
Crazy guy.
Once upon a time,
There
was a Simmons.
there was a underground science center that took the DNA of famous celebrities
Yep.
and blended it together to create new, even better celebrities.
Right.
And one of the first cases was blending Gene Simmons and Richard Simmons into Gene Richard Simmons, who worked out a lot. And when he worked out, though, his like tongue like started wagging around, because that's
like that.
Yeah, because that's what Kiss does.
Yeah.
And he also wears black and white makeup, but he has
Sweatband.
He has an afro with a sweatband on.
Afro with a sweatband.
Yeah.
And he was.
I want to see a picture of this person. I would love this. This is so funny to me.
I just imagine he's Richard Simmons from the waist down, Gene Simmons from the waist up, plus the afro and sweatband of Richard Simmons. You know, because that way he'd be wearing gym shorts.
Well, I think he's in. Okay, so I think he has like a Richard Simmons outfit on, but it's black and white.
Yeah, in the face paint of Kiss.
The face paint of Kiss.
Yep.
And but a black afro with a black and white headband around.
Okay.
And then
so you're kind of like taking Richard Simmons but putting him in like almost like a Mad Max world, you know, where it's kind of it's just getting grungy and apocalyptic.
Yeah, grungy Richard Simmons basically is Gene Richard Simmons.
And this podcast is about how this person comes to embrace being a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay, we'll tie it back.
And it's Jehovah's Fitness.
Yeah. Jehovah's
starring
Fitness,
Gene Richard Simmons.
Who, yep, love it. Love it.
Oh, man. We've learned so much in all these episodes leading up to now. And I think the inner battle is like, does Gene Richard Simmons, is he Jehovahing best by pursuing music or recording his fitness videos?
You get in more than one aspect, baby.
And I think that's what he comes to learn.
It's all about being a multi-talented artist. In this day and age, you can't be just one thing.
Yeah, you got to be like a 5, 6, 7, 8 threat.
You got to be at least.
Yeah,
at least an eight. At least an eight.
An
eight threat. An octuple threat.
An octuple threat.
That's what you're looking for.
So let's figure out his threats. Because first threat, obviously, he's good at playing the guitar.
Yes.
Second threat, he's good at singing. He can exercise.
He's good at and motivating other people.
That's 3 and 4.
Okay.
5, he's great at marketing.
Yeah,
great.
He's got a brand.
He's got a
big time brand. He's got 2 brands.
He was born in a science lab, so I think he can fly. That would be 6.
Okay. 7, he's very good at licking things.
Yep.
Again, I can't.
Great sense of taste.
Can't get away from that. The kiss tongue. Kiss tongue is like so important.
Yes. Cannot stress that enough.
And then 8,
he's a hugger. He gives really good hugs.
Oh, I was gonna say he's also a CPA. That can be 9. So
wow.
He's a
9.
He's a 9 threat.
A 9 threat.
He's a 9 threat.
Just a solid 9. Wow. There's a lot of meat on that bone.
A lot of meat on that bone.
A lot of pod to be cast.
And just imagine, and then we can flesh out this world of people birthed from the science center, the underground science center that...
Is it the science center that's run by Jehovah's Witnesses?
It can be.
Yeah.
It's not real. Spoilers.
Yes. So it's run by Jehovah's Witnesses.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. I mean, we've both fleshed this out and left a lot of opportunity for us to grow.
Lots of growth.
Which I think is very important.
Let me look at your list that you have written for me. Late to the party. Oh, man. This is a podcast where we throw a party each and every week.
Okay.
And whoever shows up late, we make them play a game called Late to the Party.
Wait, what? So the way you said that made you sound like you were Jigsaw or something.
You did it. That was not my intention. Wink. You didn't let me flesh this out, Jim.
All right, flesh it out.
It's jigsawing. But it's like Jigsaw. It's like we make them like we don't torture them. we just use the Jigsaw voice. It's like,
You're gonna have to bake me a cupcake.
that's Batman. Fuck. I don't know how to do the Jigsaw voice. It's like, do you want to play? No, I don't really have one. I have a Batman voice.
That sounded a little bit more like Arnold Schwarzenegger there.
Do you want to play a game? I'm trying to mold them. Batman plus Arnold is.
Do you want to play a game?
That's
No.
not it.
Nope.
I don't know a whole lot about Jigsaw, but but maybe it's something more like.
Do you want to play a game?
I can't. Yeah, it's
Do you
it's very easy to go to Batman.
do you want to play a game?
Yeah, that's how we'll use it for late to the party. So the contestant arrives late to the party,
Okay.
and we basically just push onto their plate all the responsibilities of keeping the party going. So they have to.
Okay.
Yeah, but we say it's a game so that they don't realize that we've just sort of gone hands off.
Right.
Not so they have to clean up after the party. They have to go get more drinks for the party. We have to have pigs in a blanket, so they're gonna have to cook some of that.
What kind of party is this? I think that varies.
Yeah,
If we're having a party
week to
every
week.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have theme parties, obviously.
Theme parties. We'll have retirement parties.
Retirement parties.
We'll have birthday parties.
We'll have bachelor parties.
We'll have wakes.
Oh, we will. Everything from life to baptisms. Everything from life to death. This week on Late to the Party. So let's run a scenario.
Weddings. We didn't say weddings.
Weddings. Yeah. We're gonna have it's a lot of work. Hate to be the one late to the wedding week.
Yeah, really.
Because then they're gonna have to run the entire wedding. So let's do a dry run here. So
The toughest part is we actually don't have anything planned for the party.
right.
And so like everyone else shows up and is like, all right, when does this like kick off, Like is there music or anything? And we're like, oh yeah, we're just waiting for everybody to show up. And then the last person shows up and we're like, you got late to the party.
So, okay.
Now it's your job to plan this party.
There is a prize involved, though. We don't want them to walk away with nothing.
Yes, so everyone else reviews the party, and depending upon how favorable the reviews are, they can win
a brand new car.
a brand new car.
Da-da-da-da-da. It's also, that's part of their responsibilities is to go out and find the car. Like, they have to also shop for the car as part of the party.
Okay.
I'm just here to enjoy, man. I'm not trying to do any of the work, except send out all the initial invites.
Yeah, you're right. Because if someone is going to show up last, well, they don't necessarily have to show up last. They just have to show up late.
Late, yeah. So we put, like, the party starts promptly we'll put it at, like, a strange time, like 8:12 p.m.
Okay.
And anyone who shows up past 8:12 is late to the party.
So now, is only one person late to the party? Do we, like, close the doors after that?
That was my initial thought, but, I'm thinking that if it could almost be like a game of tag. Like, if someone shows up late to the party becomes their responsibility. And every subsequent person that's late to the party then
has to take
on the responsibility.
And the other person is relieved of their duties.
That's correct.
And then at that point, but the later people have opportunity for bigger and better prizes.
It's true.
But they also will possibly be the guilty party in everyone having a bad time, and then they'll hate them.
Yes.
And I mean that leads to a lot of anxiety.
See, it's this is where the jigsawing comes into play. It's not physical jigsaw. It's emotional jigsaw. It's about it's like, being socially ostracized.
So what are some emotional jigsaw challenges?
So it's like you need to. We just point out a couple that's having a fight
At the party.
And the contestant, whoever it happens to be at that person, has to go and behave. Basically, has to take the pressure off whoever's in the doghouse.
They have to defuse the situation
by behaving. So, like, say you and I are having a fight about, like,
okay.
Say I found out the engagement ring you bought me was made of cubic zirconia instead of an actual diamond. And I was ready to walk away from the entire life we built together and our children and our house and everything because people care that much about rocks, right?
Right.
That's a thing. And so whoever's late to the party at that time has to like show up and be like, oh, that's what you're fighting about? That was actually my idea. And they take the blame away from whomever is, under fire at that moment.
But now they have to take they take the wrath.
Yes.
They take the wrath and they have to deal with that. Mm-hmm. Which is a lot. It's an
emotional jigsaw.
That's an emotional jigsaw.
Yeah. There's also, this is also gives the other guests opportunities to like confess to crimes that they've committed, or maybe they're in the middle of a lawsuit and whoever's late to the party ends up having to shoulder that legal burden.
Oh man.
Yeah, you do not want to be late to the party.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I never do. I actually hate being late to a party. Like in real life.
Well, yeah, because as a kid you saw all these people showing up late to the party
and being emotionally tortured
and now legally jigsawed as well.
Yes.
We're going to jigsaw people every manner except for physically.
Cuz that's been done.
They've made their money doing that.
Did you see Saw?
I did see Saw. I saw many of the Saws. I might have seen them all. I don't know how many
You
are
saw
out.
all the Saws?
All Saw.
All Saws?
Sawzall. That's a real tool. We got there. Hey, episode 50.
You know what else is a real tool?
Me.
I was gonna try and like pin it on me because I didn't, but
We're both.
There just was a gag there, and I couldn't let it go.
I think we both can be.
I am slowly
tools.
sliding down this couch further and further away from the microphone, so I hope you can still hear me.
But yeah, so as a kid, you saw all these people arriving late to the party, getting emotionally jigsawed, legally jigsawed, mentally jigsawed. Ooh, how would we mentally jigsaw somebody?
Isn't that more or less the same as emotionally jigsawing someone?
It's similar. A lot of the times they overlap. But I think a mental jigsaw would just be asking someone an impossible question. Like that whole tree in the forest thing. You just corner them in a room and you just one after another asking these questions.
And you can't leave until you get it right.
Until you get it. Yes. And that's assuming there are right answers to these questions.
Oh, there's a right answer to every question, baby.
So yeah, you're like one tree in the forest, sound of one hand clapping. You're just like putting them through the ringer mentally. And then they have to list all the values of pie.
There's only one value of pie.
Chocolate.
Yep.
That's it. I like
pie.
Yes, and I like chocolate.
I like cheesecake. Let's talk about dessert because that's an important part of any party.
It is. And if you're late to the party,
you'll have to make it yourself
from scratch.
In
less than an hour. Bake fast.
Bake fast. Now, do we at least give them supplies, or do they have to go out and get the supplies, come back?
They have to use whatever is in the kitchen, and if they don't like what's there, then they have to do a run to the grocery store.
Now, what if what's in the kitchen is only rancid meat? Now we're in a jigsaw territory.
We're in
baby.
jigsaw. And by the way, when I said they have to run to the grocery store, I literally mean they must run using their legs and carry it all back. They don't get to use a car. That's one of the rules of being late to the party.
You got to jigsaw them.
Got a jigsaw.
Maybe it'll be a Jehovah's Witness and they'll have really strong legs.
They will. Just thunder thighs.
They don't skip leg day, baby.
They get there in like 2 bounds. Like freaking Superman. But yeah, so rancid meat.
A rancid meat dessert. That's a little gross. Maybe we don't want to do that.
You're getting into like a Sweeney Todd place, almost.
I would say we're getting into a saw place. But
saw
yes.
place. Yep. I just want to work into it that they have to use an actual saw in making of the dessert, but I don't know if that would work.
Yeah, you have to use a saw to cut the cake.
Yeah, cake saw.
And it has to be cut like perfect.
But like a table saw, like a really messy saw.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, if they're not perfectly cut, start again.
Yeah, try again.
Cook it and bake it until it is right.
And then you'll just hear other people in the other room being like,
"This party sucks.
This party stinks. Where's dessert?"
And then
I was promised delicious desserts. These parties always have the best desserts.
Yeah, and then whoever is responsible for the dessert will be very sad. This game is brutal, right?
This game is brutal. Yes.
There's nothing like it tests the emotional fortitude, the mental strength, not physical, except for the run
Except
to
for the
ground.
running.
The
So
running.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
physicality.
Well, there's not like physical torture.
There's a physical challenge.
That's what I want to stress: is no one is put in physical harm.
Oh yeah, no one's in physical harm until the guests at the party riot.
That's true, and that's not a jigsaw. That's just an angry mob.
That's just an angry mob, baby.
Uh,
They want their dessert.
Does this turn into the Purge somehow? Like I just see
No.
like the party going south.
No, I want to go. I want to go with you on every adventure. I hate the Purge.
So this is a peaceful riot.
It's a peaceful protest against the desserts.
So everyone just sits down at the party.
Yes, they stage a sit-in in the kitchen. They come into the kitchen
a
and
kitchen-
they just watch you.
It's a kitchen sit-in. I just love how that
They just
rolls off the
watch
tongue.
you cook.
And that is a jigsaw in and of itself because the pressure is just on.
Yeah, because now like everybody is like just looking at you, and you're like, oh gosh, I've already failed at this once, and now everyone is watching me fail. My shame knows no bounds.
Shame. Shame. We're getting close to Game of Thrones premiering, so shame. Shame. You don't.
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Some listeners are loving that.
I bet they are.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds great. Winter is coming. They say that in Game of Thrones.
They do. They also say,
They say, look, it's a dragon.
yep.
I assume.
They say, ooh, look, naked people. They also say, oh, look, dead people. Oh, look, living dead people.
Man, that checks all the boxes.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
That's it. We've
Hodor.
we've spoiled everything for folks who haven't watched Game of Thrones.
Hodor. I know Hodor. I know the story of Hodor because
Yeah?
everyone tweeted about it.
Yeah?
So now what's the point of watching?
Yes, the story of Hodor. The man who just wanted to make pantyhose in Mordor. Nah. All right, hang on. Hodor. The story of
The story of Hodor is, of course,
a garden.
he had to bake a cake for his friends, and he failed.
He was late to the party.
He was late to the party, and he had to bake a cake for his friends because of it.
Uh-huh.
And he tried to bake a cake, and they were like, "This cake is bad."
And he's
And
he
he was like, "Well then, ho, there's the door."
fantastic. That is an option if you're late to the party. You can just tell people, "Hey, you can leave.
You can leave.
This party doesn't have to happen."
People won't come back then, though.
It's true.
I don't like. The thing that we keep mentioning though is that people won't come back. So I don't know if this podcast idea has legs.
We would have to take it on the road. We'd have to go city to city.
Yes,
Throwing
absolutely.
parties.
Absolutely. I could go for a road trip.
Yep. Where we
Road
trip where we rent out a space
Yes.
and say party.
But we don't. We just say that we've rented out a space and that there's a party there. And then the last person who first person who shows up late, our first challenge is like, okay, I need you to book this venue for right now.
Oh wow. And if not, there will be riots.
There will be a sit-in at
There will
least.
be a sit-in in the parking lot. Wow. 50 episodes, man. 50 episodes. What's been your favorite?
All of them.
Great.
Every single one has been magical, literally and figuratively.
Yes, we've discovered a lot about ourselves, especially our supernatural abilities.
50 episodes, I would like to point out, every episode is special. When I'm with you.
Aww.
Let's
You're gonna
kiss.
make me cry.
Just kidding.
Well, let's end the episode and then we can kiss, so that way it's family friendly. Because everything we do is family friendly.
That's not true. We put an explicit tag on the podcast.
You don't know the inner workings of certain families. They might be into it.
They're into that kinky shit.
Yeah, and yeah. Mm-hmm. So on that family friendly note,
All right, hold on. We're gonna cut all that. So let's find a better way to get out of it. 50 episodes.
50 episodes.
These 50 episodes have been magical.
Yes, they have. And
I'm thankful
Mhm.
for all the listeners who listen and will keep listening for at least 50 more. because that's what it states on their contract.
Yes. And I'm thankful for the subscribers who subscribe, set their phone to download, and they don't listen, because those numbers still matter.
I would rather you listen to it though. But you can but it's easy. It's much easier to listen if you subscribe.
Yeah. 50 episodes.
50 episodes.
I didn't think like my 50s would come this fast.
Yeah, I mean, like, can you believe it? We've produced one episode a year.
And then just waited 50 years and
then
released them week by week.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So our centennial will be so soon to the listener.
Yeah. For all they know, it's going to be 50 weeks from now.
All they know, it could be. We might take 1 week off. At some point.
1 week off, does that equal 1 year off?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Geez, I wonder what's going to change in that year.
Everything. And nothing.
That's how it goes. Everything changes, but it all stays the same.
Yeah, 50 episodes is nice. And we'd like to thank all of you for coming along with us on this journey. We hope that you enjoy yourself. We hope that you enjoyed this episode full of great ideas for podcasts such as Jehovah's Fitness and Late to the Party. 2 great podcasts coming to your doorstep soon.
If you haven't, I invite you now to take the opportunity, subscribe. Make sure that your phone downloads us each and every week so that you don't miss us.
You don't miss an episode. If you have ideas for us or you want to just let us know anything, tweet at us, Facebook us, Instagram us.
You can email us.
You can email us. All of those are at Do You Want a Pod? And then our email has to add an at gmail.com after it.
Yeah, and like there's a survey at the end of this episode where you can write it there. There's all these ways to let us know, and we'll listen to it 100 years from now. It's like a time capsule.
For your ears. An ear capsule.
Ear capsule. Lovely.
All right. Well, thanks for coming. We love you very much.
Love you, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
I don't need your mile long bridge. Williamsburg is too expensive. Fuck the A train. Am I insane? No, I'm just never going back unless you force me to smoke crack or do a